Hey, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. I'm your host, Carlos Stargell, the last and the and the I'm a bona fide G and I'm certified true, but I also tell it like it is. Again, welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. I have a guest coming on pretty soon, and I'm waiting on her ASAP. I already let her know, I already let her be notified that we should be going on by 10 o'clock. So just waiting on her to come along. Hey, it is what it is. I said that, I reminded her yesterday. I hope she didn't forget me. You know how some people are, they want to wait to make their grand entrance, but hey, it's all good. But while we at it, I just want to let you know this is a channel where you can vent, speak your mind, and be yourself so freely and expeditiously. But at the same time, still be mindful about what you say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So people do have feelings and they take things the wrong way. So at the same, oh well, here she comes now. I was waiting on her too, like a security guard. Here she comes. I'm waiting on her. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, sister, ma'am,
Hey, how you doing?
how you doing? Welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. I got my special guest. I told her she was gonna make a grand entrance. Miss Minister Lakeisha Jackson. Tell them how you feel, my sister.
I'm good. How are you this morning?
Well, you know me. Hey, I'm good. I usually don't do podcasts around by this time, but I promise I do it for you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That ain't no problem. We go back a little bit after Soul Train left syndication, so it's all good.
Yes.
Yes, but if like I tell everybody, you that angel that saved me, that saved my spirit and my sanity.
Amen. To
Yes,
God be the glory.
oh yes, you got to give all praises to the Lord, my sister. But
Yes.
I will say this, even though I was showing my true tail, raging and just letting it all out, that was just getting everything out my system where I've been holding in for so long. But I didn't mean for you to hear all that though. But
Oh,
then
no.
I feel bad because I respect you.
Hmm.
Because like I told you, you 2 years older than my oldest daughter.
Hmm.
So I got respect for people.
Well, it's a process when you when you are have an emotion of anger. Sometimes you have to let it out. And
Oh yeah.
sometimes you have to make sure that you talking to the right people to steer you into the right direction.
But you know what though? And I'm glad you were that angel that, cause if it, like I said, by listening to you, I don't think I didn't, because I did take heed now.
Mm.
That's one thing. It do not hurt to listen. That's why we got a lot of hard-headed people out here today. And that's why a lot of hospitals, cemeteries, and jails are filled up now because of the hard head.
Yes,
And then I hate to say this, but today these little youngers didn't have what we had when we were growing up.
that is so true.
I mean, technology, internet, and social media, that's the thing for them back then. A pen and a piece in the pen, piece of paper, and the telephone, and maybe a typewriter.
I miss those days.
I know you did. I lived them days. Remember, I'm gonna tell you like this. I guess I'm one of the last of the Mohegans because I'm a late 60s baby. I was born right at the end of the civil rights era.
I was born in 88.
Shoot, you were born 2 years after I graduated high school. And guess what? I could remember my graduation at one point in my life. My mama told me I was too lit. I was too lit that day. Yeah, I was. I ain't gonna lie. I dropped me some Jack Daniels. Jack was on top and D was kicking my butt. And I said, I'll never do that again. And I didn't. I said to myself, it do not pay to get that daggone drunk. But and then I was young too, 18, so that's
Yeah,
understandable right there. Well, I was 17 going on 18 when I graduated, because 2 months after I graduated, August, I turned 18, had to register to vote. I mean, not register to vote, but register for that daggone thing you got to register for when you get 18. If you don't, you go to jail.
yeah.
And they had us a lot of stuff they told us back in the day. I can't believe we went along with that crap. And what I mean by that, the stuff they were teaching us in school, what they wanted to teach us, and then want us to really know. Think of,
Because they wanted to keep us behind.
that's true. And just like they always talk about Christopher Columbus, my question, I always ask them this question. I've been asking them that, especially after I graduated high school. I thank God I had this teacher. If it weren't for him, I would have been lost today in my Black history. Because one day, I think I was working for the state, and they were telling these kids that Christopher Columbus did. I asked them. I said, "How could you call a takeover a discovery?" Ooh, they didn't like that. Oh, they thought I was a radical and militant back then. Except I wasn't wearing the beret. I had a flat top fade, and I didn't wear the gold. I didn't wear
And
the gold chains. I wore the clock. Yes, I did.
Flavor Flav.
No, I want that. No, I ain't look like him. It's a different. It's a difference in the skin complexion now. You let them
Yeah.
tell it. They said I look like Chuck D with the baseball cap. The one with the deep voice.
Yes.
They said that. They said that was my. They said that's who I reminded them of back in the day. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, Keish. I was into Public Enemy real strong back in the day, but I was also more into NWA too back then. Yes, I was. I
Hmm.
ain't no Jerry curl or nothing, but hey, I was into that gangster. I was into that gangster music back in the day. Well, like I said, I was young, Keisha.
Yeah,
I was like almost in my 20s, if not 20. I did some crazy stuff even though I was going to church on my own free will, but I also did some crazy stuff back in the day too. But it wasn't nothing bad enough to get arrested for.
I did some crazy stuff too. So
Ain't
you're not alone.
look, ain't we all?
Yes.
Shoot. But like I said, I tell people like we both talked about many times before, everybody makes mistakes. But
Yes.
but I'm gonna tell you the key to that. The thing is on that. That's true, everybody make mistakes, but you got a lot of people that won't admit, acknowledge, or correct it.
That's true.
I tell them they say they shout that out, everybody makes mistakes, but at the same time, those the same ones who keep on doing what they doing and won't practice what they preach.
Yes.
And see, like I always say too, Keith, you don't heard me say this many times. We don't live in glass houses. They need to stop throwing stones.
Yep.
But but what I don't understand, I mean, back then, I ain't gonna say ain't nothing wrong with going to church, because it's not. Because I still got it in me. But
Yes.
what I'm saying though, you got some people in the church that are always trying to keep some confusion started, and then try to distract you. But they say that ain't nothing but the devil. So you got to look past them, which is true. But want me to tell you how I get through with them, Keisha?
How?
I do my church impressions. I can get them good with them church impressions. Now, if I made my mama, I had my girls, and everybody laughing, I can do it real well.
Give us some church impressions right now.
You ain't saying nothing but a word. Okay. For example, like them old ladies in the church. Hey, sister so and so, how you doing? Oh, I ain't doing too good. My my husband done left me. He done took all my money. My back done gave out. I'm having girl problems. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, we gonna keep you in prayer, sister. If you need us, you know you can call us anytime. We love you. Oh, thank y'all so much. I love y'all too. Y'all so special. God bless you. Tired heifer. And you know that's what they be doing, don't
Yes.
you? You know they be doing. And I got another one. You know how them deacons, when they lead devotion, they start, they always start off with a praise song before they do the hymns and stuff and the Bible scriptures. So you always got the one in that devotion crew. You always got that one that get distracted. And you got that one that think it can outdress everybody. But the one that get distracted, you can see them, they could be singing songs, they can sing songs like, when all God's children get together. Hey, don't get me started. You might get the Holy Ghost over here. But anyway, like I was saying, then you got that deacon that get distracted while they say he look at that girl with that minister and be like, then he starts saying, I'm gonna give you what you want, give you what you need. And then you get, hey, there how song go. Oh, I'm sorry, I saw that girl with that minister. I'm sure you did too, bro. Shut up. You know that's how they do, don't you?
Yes,
And
they
then
do.
you got that one, the one that think he can outdress everybody. Always walking with a cane looking like Mr. Biggs from the Ather Brothers. They could be singing songs like, you better run, better run, better. And then that joker slide across like he doing chili sauce. Hey! And you know I'm telling the truth, don't you?
That's true.
I told you that's how I get back at them church people. I do them church impressions. You see that, don't you? I get them real good. Like I remember now this lady who I knew, God rest her soul now. But I knew her, hell, I knew her before I even came out the womb, to be honest with you. But you know how them church, you know how them some of them first ladies, if you're a pastor's wife and you do a church refresher, they'll put you in check.
Yes.
Guess what? She was the main one falling on the floor, cracking up laughing. Because she know my church jokes was harmless. And she knew I wasn't out to really tease nobody, but that's just how it is. That's how they do in church.
Yes.
And plus, she know where my heart was at, and plus, she been knowing me since I was a baby. So, and then she knew my family. So, it was all good. Then I grew up with her kids. You feel me?
Yes.
So, I'm gonna tell you this before I get back on that. So, before I left Georgia, I did see her son, and I told him I was leaving North Carolina. You know, he cried when I told him. He literally cried.
Wow.
Because he was like, man, I hate you got to go. But he said, but at the same time, I'm glad you found love again.
Yes.
And that's another thing before we get started after my church impressions.
Mhm.
I got to tell you, we got to now that's the next thing we're gonna say, speak mention too. Them trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Okay, now let's get back to them church now, that church impression thing. Now, I remember my choir rehearsal moments, Keisha. I mean, you know how they saying swing low, sweet cherry, coming forth to carry me home, right?
Yes. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Oh, we used to sing that back in the day. So the lady that was singing, she was like, I once was lost. And what did I see? I was like, Peter Pan, peanut butter. And you know everybody cracked up at choir rehearsal.
Yes.
It was just one of them days we just wanted to have some fun that day.
Yes.
Because we had a concert coming up, we know we had to get loose. So, but,
Then
but
fun.
I say what now?
Ain't nothing wrong with having fun.
But I'm gonna tell you the bad part about that too. That night we supposed to have did the concert. I had, I got cut on the wrist right there, and I had to sit all night at Greater Hospital, mad as I don't know what, because I didn't make it to the concert, but I got cut. But it was a freak accident though. Somebody broke a lamp, tried to keep them from getting cut, and I ended up getting cut. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't even work for 6 weeks during that time because I used my right hand. I had to fake it with my left, and I'm not a lefty. You did,
Yes.
but I overcame all that. Okay, now trials and tribulations. Just like I remember when you, well, I don't know if you want me to bring it up or not, but when you was married, and then
You
when I, huh?
you can bring it up.
Okay, now I thought that that little joker was gonna be real good to you, but when I found out what he, now you know when I found out what he did, you know I got in his tail, don't you?
Yes.
You know I got way down in his tail. You know I cursed him out and everything. I ain't gonna lie to you, Keish. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know I had to curse him out. You don't
Yeah.
hurt. You don't hurt no. Why would he want to hurt somebody like you? You one of the sweetest sisters I had met.
Thank you.
And I don't, you know, I guess you could tell I guess you could tell I don't like nobody hurting nobody, which I don't, because I've been through enough of it as it is in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the same thing, I had people cussing people out when they did me wrong. You feel me? But
Yeah.
guess what? But guess what? When I cursed them out, I made them feel like they got the soul snatched out of them. So what they tell you, ain't nothing to nobody you want to mess with. Even my play sister Monique, which who I call Mona Chuck, she told me one time, she said, Lord have mercy. Lord, please don't let me get on his bad side. That's why me and her been friends since 1999.
That's a long time. That's a good
Like,
friend.
like my mom and Veronica said, reason why me and her been friends so long are both of us crazy, which we are. But we know how to make somebody laugh too.
Yes.
But you think I'm crazy? Monique, it been time Monique had me laughing so hard I hit the walls. I remember she was cussing her dog out one time. God bless that dog soul. But I remember she cussed that dog out so bad one time, I literally slid down the sofa laughing. I mean, I thought I was so mess. I mean, she a mess too, but she let her tell it. She said I had her laugh so hard. I remember she said one time her mama said, he ain't that funny. And she was like, Mama, please, yes, he. And then while her mama realized, she said, "You right, he is crazy." Even her nieces and nephews, they know when she talk to me. They know when she be laughing that hard. They know she's talking to me because she said she don't laugh hard like that with anybody and everybody. She said that they always know when they talk. She talking to me because they say she be laughing, she be falling on the floor. That's why
Ain't
we
nothing
get.
that you can laugh with.
And you know she got to be crazy. She had my mom and Veronica almost falling out the chair laughing. My mom was like, bless her heart. My mom was there, but she tell it like it is though. But you remember I told you the first time her and Veronica met, she hugged Veronica, and then she came over me talking about, I want a picture of y'all baby eating some cornbread. You know
Talking about
why yeah, you know why she said that? Because when she saw me, she said, when you left Georgia, you weren't big as you are now. Because let them tell her I gained some weight. Even my mama said that. Everybody said, you left Georgia, went to North Carolina, you coming back, and now you don't got big as all outdoors. Well, you see she be feeding me, don't you?
Yes, feet real good.
Don't get it twisted. I cook too now. Yeah. But check this out. I remember somebody told me they saw that Thanksgiving dinner she cooked, our first Thanksgiving. And
Yes.
they were like, eating. They say, you remember that first thing you saw me eating, everybody like they say you get down on that food. Anybody that know me know I can eat, I can throw down.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you somebody who had it worse than me, my oldest daughter. She will live, you could be unfed and then she wants some of yours when you eat. That's how she was. Because I remember one time my grandmama set the plate by my mama to give to me. After I blessed the food, I looked up, she standing in my face. I said, you want some too, don't she was like, I said, come on. I said, I ain't gonna say no to you. I said, I can't eat all this by myself anyway. So I gave her a little bit of something, each like collard greens, um, turkey, and then I asked the macaroni and cheese. I said, you want some dressing? I said, no. I said, good, more for me. I said, you ain't getting my cranberry sauce now. I told her, I said, you ain't getting my cranberry sauce. I said, you gotta get your own. You on your own. I just tell my daughter stuff like that. I said, you on your own. You can't have what I have. She be like, how come? I say, because you can't always get what you want. You got to go out there and earn it, sister. And I used to tease my daughter like that when she was young, but she knew I wasn't gonna turn her down like that. She knew I was gonna give in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like one time, my mama cooked a big dinner. My daughter was like, "Can I have some more? Can I have some more greens?" I was like, "You ain't get no more. Can I have some more chicken?" I said, "Dad, eat it." How about I turned around and gave her some more? You know what I'm saying?
Is that
That
your baby?
I know. They got it on it. They love their daddy, but they know I'm a mess. They know I'm a mess. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're not a mess. You're just unique.
No, I'm just Carlos. I tell people I'm Carlos. I said people don't understand. Like somebody said, Carlos just Carlos, and people can't understand. Let him be Carlos. He ain't hurt nobody. I said, if anything, he'll help you before he hurts you, which is true. Because
Yeah.
I tell people if I got to hurt you, I don't even want to be bothered. That's always been like that. But like I said, but like your trials and tribulations you went through. I mean, I really felt bad for you. You know I did, because you didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
But I got him to admit that, because it's always two sides of the story. But
Yeah.
when he admitted that he did, I got on his tail real bad.
Yes.
He told you, or you figured it out.
No, he didn't tell me. This is my first time hearing it.
But you could tell, but you figured something,
Yeah.
cause you know me,
Yes.
and I ain't gonna let nobody, ain't gonna let nobody get away with too much of that, right?
Yes. That's true.
I call you out, and if I tell them you don't like it, let the doorknob hit you with a dog should have bit you. That's what I thought.
You
Huh?
are you are a protector. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I mean, people I'm cool with, people I'm cool with, my family. I mean, I be protective of Chris too. I mean, I didn't shut him out completely, but I let him. I still be there for you, but at the same time, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Right.
Yeah, that go for anybody. That's one thing about me. I never choose sides with people because I don't believe in co-signing. You know what I always say.
Yes.
I don't believe in co-signing. Hell, I wrote the book back in the day and signed it, so can't tell me nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. I
Basically,
understand.
basically, I let them know. Been there, done that. Done seen and heard it all before. Ain't nothing you can tell me. Just like I told somebody, my granddad on my paternal grandfather on my father's side, he was a deacon. On my mom's side, my maternal grandfather, believe it or not, he was Muslim. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, he was Muslim. So I had the best of both worlds growing up anyway, and still do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just to keep the confusion down because I really don't discuss religion or politics with a lot of people because you can't do it with everybody because people ignorant and I don't value. I mean, people got their own opinions, true enough, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say nothing to hurt nobody. I just keep, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, I just keep it to myself.
Right.
And that's what you're supposed to do. But you got some people just don't care. And that's when that other side of Carlos will come out. And I don't like that side. I promise you that.
When you get into religion and politics, they'll take it overboard than what it should have been, taken.
Exactamundo. I mean, and then they be twisting stuff too. That's why they say, learn it for yourself, do your own research. Now, my granddaddy, the one that's a Muslim, believe it or not, I learned a lot from Islam too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, and then I hate to say this, Keish, but you got these so-called, I ain't gonna say who, but they try to make it like Muslims are bad people, which they are not. There's a difference between Muslim and Muslim. Muslims are about peace. Muslims are thugs and gangsters and wrongdoers. I call them Muslims. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The one that just going around terrorizing people for their benefit. You feel me?
Yes.
That's something you can't do. I mean, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't have no problem with religion. I got a problem with fanatics.
What you mean?
I'm about to break it down. And like I said, everybody have their choice of religion, whether you Christian, Muslim, or whatever. But you got them fanatics. You can't tell them nothing. They think they think what they believe. They think what they believe. Excuse my expression. A lot of times it's a whole bunch of bullshit that they don't even really pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that too, and then they try to act like their religion is better than make them think that they better than you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call fanatics. When they think they in that religion, they think they better than anybody. They think all they can do is praise the Lord and nothing else don't matter. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with praising the Lord, but also too, don't be no fool either.
Right.
And that's
It's not a competition.
pardon.
It's not a competition.
One more time.
Not a competition.
That's it. Thank you. You broke it down. Competition is knowing we should remain on the top like the sun. And I let them know that too. I tell them when they say no competition, I let them know competition is knowing I remain at the top like the sun. And when I say that, they say, "Where you get that from?" I say, "Here, me and Rakim." But at the same, but at the same time, it's true though. If you believe in yourself, you're gonna say what you feel.
Yes.
So I tell people, there's nothing wrong with believing in yourself, but believe in God first.
Yes.
I mean, it don't matter. I mean, you can praise Allah, Jah, Jehovah. It's all one God. All one God. And what it say in our Holy Bible, the basic instructions before leaving earth, thou shall be holy.
Yes.
And I tell people that all the time. I go to the Baptist church. I go to Presbyterian. I go to a Lutheran. I say, thou shall be holy. I mean, I'm just gonna tell like it is. I like them holy. I mean, even though I went to Baptist church, sung in Baptist churches, but I also grew up in holiness churches too. So thou shall be holy. Because you know, my granddaddy, the one that was a deacon, he was a holiness deacon. And he used to give you that good eye side look. You better not slip. I could be up there in the choir. Oh yeah, I could be up in the choir, be singing, be lip syncing, hitting sour notes on purpose. He'll be like, "You better sing," and I'd be like, I remember he told me, my brother, and my cousin one time, if we didn't tear it down Sunday morning, he was gonna tear us up. He was gonna tear us up Sunday night. I ain't want that heavy-handed joker to hit me, so I had to sing like my life depended on it. So somebody said told me one time, now I know why you can sing. You grew up singing in church. I said, yes, I did. And let me something. When I hit them notes, was that the first time you ever heard me sing?
I haven't heard you sing before.
And that was the first time you heard me bust a note, huh?
Yes.
It didn't sound bad, did it?
No.
I saw you were moving when I was singing the first time. But I remember one time I had song they laid to my, I never knew you could sing. I said, me either. I let them know I ain't know I can sing either. Talking about, yes, you did. I said, I just don't tell everybody because I'm not arrogant like that. But Jerome, I'm surprised Jerome didn't tell you.
Mm-mm.
Jerome heard me sing before.
Okay.
You know, I used to sing. When I worked at the Covenant Highway Crow, one of the guys that worked there, I found out I knew his people, right? Calvin McElhaney.
Right.
He heard me singing a song about old song about the Temptations. He was like, "Whoa, you been around, ain't you, bruh?" Calvin said, "You been around." And then I told him I knew one of his cousins before one of his cousins died. He came to church with me one Sunday. He actually heard me do the morning hymn. And guess what his cousin? And his cousin even remember. Calvin remember what his cousin said. He said, Calvin said, "So you were the one who my cousin said you performed in church." I said, "Yeah, that was me." He said, because we call his name was Eugene. We called him Shine. Shine told him, I knew he had a good voice, but he said, but when I heard him singing in church that morning hymn, he said, that dude performed. He said, he had the preacher standing up when he was singing that, and he said that heavy voice when he be speaking, singing "Wade in the Water," he said it fit right in. Because believe it or not, my pastor in Georgia, Minnie Cushionberry, we met in the parking lot at the South Harrison Kroger. She said, "You sound like you got a singing voice." I said, "Who told you that?" She said, "I can hear it in your voice." She said, "Hit a note for me." I said, "What you want me to sing?" So all I did was hit a note. I said, "Wade in the water, wade in the water, children." I was singing that for her. She said, "Oh my God, you can't sing." So when I went to visit her church, she had me singing. I ended up joining under her wing, right?
Yes.
But when her oldest son came from Indianapolis, first time I met him, and why dude had to call me out, Keish.
He
He
called you out.
called he called me out the same. He called me out. I said, I ain't put it on Facebook. I said, I knew I was gonna get called out. Because I remember we had service with Miss Minnie. And then after she got through with her sermon, she said, we're gonna have a song about Brother Carlos. So I went back. I dug way within the vault and picked out a song that she probably forgot about. Guide me over, thy great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. Boy, when I saw that key, she said, "You went back." Then I said, "No, I went into the vault." She said, she said, "I knew you could sing." She said, "You really showing me something, ain't you?" Because, like I said, growing up singing at church, I mean, and before my daddy passed, Keisha, my second oldest brother, let him tell it. He told everybody, he told them, at least I'm the one that's still more active in the Lord than they are.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. My second oldest brother, he always been supportive of me, especially we growing up, we got the same dad, a different mama, but we grew up real close, Keith. You all right? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I've been saying, he ain't falling asleep, is you?
No, I'm not.
I've been to say, I got some of that water over. I got some of that water you can drink. Look, I brought some Decatur water to North Carolina. I used to tell people, they tell me I don't look 55. I tell them they came from drinking a whole lot of Decatur water.
What's
They said,
Decatur?
I'm about to get to that part. So the lady said, "Where can I find Decatur water?" I said, "All you have to do is go to the liquor store." She said, "I don't." She said, "I don't drink." I said, "Yes, you do." I said, "Every first Sunday, y'all be the first one singing, drinking of the wine." I said, y'all know y'all have communion on first Sunday. That's the best part of the first Sunday, y'all. Drinking of the wine. I told you I could get you with those church impressions. Told I told I can get them church. I told I can get them church impressions. You know that. You see that, don't you?
Yes.
And then after they get through with communion, after they eat and drunk, after they don't eat and drink, then you hear the next song. Say, "I know it was the blood." I'm telling the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, I tell people, growing up in church, that was a privilege for me because I learned a lot. Not only I learned the Bible, but I learned about their behaviors in church, how they be acting. I told one lady one time, I told one lady was shouting, her wig flew off. Then she picked it up, put it back on, and like nothing happened, went back to shouting again. I, I was like, no. I said, this can't be. But when we used to get in trouble for laughing in church, when we got home after church, we got our butts tore up from the floor up.
Yes.
Be like, and then they be talking to you while they be saying, "You don't be laughing at people in church. What's wrong with you?" Then you try to shut up. Be like, "You asked me, and I'm trying to tell you, you gonna tell me to shut up." That one used to get me in trouble too with my parents. They be whooping me and they be asking me something before I can even answer. Shut up. I said, "You asked me what you want to know and you gonna tell me to shut up?" It made it worse. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to get to the point with them, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like that, Keisha.
It's best to just be quiet.
I know, right? I know. Because I remember one time my dad whooped me. And then the ultimate mistake I made, he said, I said, "I hate you." He said, "And I hate you back, you little." And when he said that, it wasn't funny at the time, but Bill Danby, we talked about that years later. We both fell out laughing. I said, it wasn't funny at the time. Now that you look back at it, it's funny as hell now. My dad said, "Tell me about it." And we laughed about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We used to go
Yes.
fishing.
Go
We used to
back
go
and
fishing. We go fishing and talk mess.
mm,
But I mean, you could somebody said they could tell I really miss my dad. He was a damn mess when he was on earth. I ain't gonna lie to you. He
yeah.
had no sense. And told the worst lie he can ever tell me when I was a kid. I had a family member of mine got arrested, and I asked my dad what they got him for. You know what that lie he told me?
What he say?
Sold a bald head woman some hairpins. Now you know that was a lie, and I knew that was a lie. But at the same time, it was funny as hell. I told my daddy was a mess. And then look, I had an uncle I think back after I graduated high school, I had got a flat top. He asked me, so who cut your hair? I went to the barber shop. How much they charge you? I said, $5. No, I said 350. He said, you know what? They took your 350 and messed your head up too. And when I told them that at this funeral, now you might expect for them to laugh, but I didn't expect for them to holler. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, one of the preachers fell out of his seat in the pool up here. He was laughing so hard. They knew my uncle was crazy, and he was. But I remember I asked him, it was before my grandmama died. I asked him, I said, did you go to jail? Did you get locked up in the church? He said, I do it if they wrong. I said, yeah, grandmama and granddaddy will hang you by the tallest tree with your afro. Cause you know, I told you my uncle crazy. He was crazy, but he was cool though. You feel me? He one of them uncles. You will enjoy being around because you gonna get a good laugh. But guess what? Two of his oldest sons, two of his oldest sons, they ain't nobody, they ain't nobody and there's nothing you want to mess with. Cause when I went through my trials and tribulations, they better be glad I didn't call them. My cousins, Tony and Roderick.
Mm.
Now them some gangsters. They they ain't gonna let somebody mess with me or anybody in the family. You call them, oh, they coming.
Are they coming with the deuces?
Now the hell with the deuces, they coming with Glocks and 9 millimeters. Them jokers don't play. But you know what though? I try not to call them because last thing I want to see them brothers at now is in jail again.
Yeah,
I don't want to see them in jail no more. But but if I really need them, by any means necessary, yes, I will call them.
yeah,
Only if it's necessary. But when I went through that, somebody asked me why I didn't call them, during that time. I said, because it wasn't necessary. I said,
yeah.
I knew I said, I handled, but let my brother Calvin tell it. I handled them like a one-man game without laying a finger on them. He said that. He said that. He said that's dynamite.
How you do it?
He said that's gangster right there. He said you handled them without laying a finger. He said you made them feel like you snatched the soul out of them. I said, you know what? Sometimes you got to get them where it hurts.
Yes,
And I don't like to resort to go in that direction, but I'll do it by any means necessary. But if it ain't necessary, I know how to bag off too.
yeah,
And another thing, what really gets me, people don't think before acting. Now they let, like you say, they let their emotions override. They override them, and they end up like we said, either in the hospital, behind bars, or in the graveyard. And to avoid all that, just use your mind.
gotta pick your battles.
Pardon?
Gotta pick your battles.
Oh yeah, I pick my battles, but guess what kind of battles I use? I don't have to get physical. God, God will fight your battles. You don't have to do nothing. That's why I say God. Yeah, because I let them know. I let them know, especially if I'm going off. I said the person you gonna have to face is God, and I let them know that. And I let them know. So I let them know. They say two wrongs don't never make it right, but it damn sure makes it even. Yeah, like I said, they are like I say, by me wearing this beret, they think I'm a militant. And let my cousins told I look like a Black Panther. I told all I look, they said they want to call me a Black Panther. If they watching, assalamu alaikum. Yeah, yeah, but for real though, you see, I know Islam though, for real, because my grandfather, like I said, don't get it twisted. It's one God. I do know the Bible, but I do read the Quran. So I can't help it. I grew up with both.
Mhm.
But like I said, we serve the same God. So they let you know right there. I don't look down on nobody. And
Yes.
and to be honest with you, people don't realize that religion did mess a lot of people up in life, but they also is I fault them for allowing them to mess up because we really supposed to act. How we supposed to act, Keisha? One accord.
Yes.
I tell people when I told them that my grandfather, one was Muslim and one was a deacon, and dude said, "So you know how to act?" I said, "Yeah, on one accord." And he was like, "Okay, my brother." He said, you got some knowledge. I said, "What's the point of having this if you don't have no knowledge? A mind is a terrible thing to waste." And
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of ignoramuses out here. And then on top of that, they pissed off at the world because they poor. Who fault is that? Theirs. Because you know why? Because if they really wanted to make it better for themselves, they can get out there and do it too. But instead, they want to hate on the ones who succeeded. Guess what? Misery loves company, but they can be miserable by themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so
But
true.
pardon?
That's so true.
Look, that ain't so true. It's very, very, very true. It's true to the bone.
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't said that. I ain't said that since I was young. True to the bone. And I was in elementary school when I used to say that. That's true to the bone.
True to the bone.
Yeah, man. Look, I told somebody, they said, "What elementary school you went to?" And when I told them, it shocked them. Cedar Grove. Yeah, I lived in Ellenwood off and on for 15 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went to Cedar Grove. I went to Cedar Grove High for a minute, but even though I graduated Southwest DeKalb, but I had a whole lot of more fun and memories at Clarkston. Yeah, I went to Clarkston my eighth, ninth, and 10th grade year. My grandmama told me to my the only reason why you love Clarkston so much is that where you got your ear pierced at, which is true, but they ain't had nothing to do with that. But I did get my ear pierced at Clarkston. First time I got this one, 14 going on 15. Believe it or not, I got this side 20 when I was 21 years old, right before my oldest daughter was born. I got this side pierced.
One of your friends pierced it for you?
No, be honest with you. When I got both my ear pierced, I went to the mall, South Carolina Mall, and got them pierced.
Okay.
When they had Spencer's gift before they closed down. I'm glad I got them before they closed out. Cause like I said, I got this in '89. I was 21, no months before my oldest was born. I got this in '83. This side. But I believe it or not, I was wearing an earring in both ears before they were really wearing them in both ears. And I got my ear pierced in the '80s where people didn't accept guys with earrings
Mm.
during that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But like I said, they can, I tell people, you couldn't tell me nothing when I had an earring in my ear. I thought I And then my both sides of the family, certain family members, what you got with an earring in your ear? Because I wanted it. That's what I used to tell them, because I wanted it. But they don't say nothing now about it because they used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Times change, people change. And like they say too, sign of the times can really mess with people's minds.
It can.
Really mess it up real bad. Well, you know what, Keish, I'm gonna say this right here. I really enjoyed us live streaming Zoom with YouTube today. I mean, that was dynamite.
I enjoyed it as well.
It was a blessing too because like I said before. Now everybody know you were that angel that was sent by the Lord that saved me from my spirit insanity when I was going through that rage. And like you said, look at me now. Look where I'm at today.
Yes.
And it's a blessing. Cause you remember what you used to tell me, you gonna find you gonna find somebody before you know. I said, I ain't trying to hear that mess. Really like to say that. I said, I ain't trying to hear that. I said, shoot, I got enough trust issues as it is. But I did say this. The only way I get back with somebody if God permit. Remember I did say that?
Yes.
And what you tell me, I hope one day God permit. And guess what?
He did.
Yeah, because 2 months before my dad passed, we reconnected. And a month after he passed, we physically, literally hooked up. She came to pick me up from College Park Station. Because she got family in Georgia too.
Yes.
But she said, well, I'm gonna tell you this, but what people didn't know, when I let it be known, it was on Memorial Day that year, 2021, remember? Because a lot of people saw they were like they saw us together. And one of my cousins like, is that your girlfriend? I said, yes, that's my girlfriend.
Oh,
And then my mama, who was that lady on there with you? I said, that's a friend. She looked more than a friend to me. I said, yeah, that's my girlfriend. But what really,
I'm happy for you.
yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what really got it too. When I put it out there when we got engaged, that's what really shocked the world. You know that, don't
Yeah.
you? One lady was so happy she literally caught the Holy Ghost, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
But I'm glad my mom. I'm glad she got a chance to meet my mom. When she did meet my mama hugged her before she could hug me. I wasn't jealous. If anything, I was glad because I knew my mama liked it.
Yeah.
And then when I got ready, now one more thing before we close out, I saw a lot of tears, sad faces the day I left Georgia.
Mhm.
I mean, even though I didn't leave when I was supposed to left, even though I left a little later, but a lot of people were calling me, crying and stuff, talking about you leave. Yes, I'm leaving. And then when I got up to North Carolina, I said that was my last ride on that mega bus.
You'll be back soon.
I ain't coming back to stay. I'll be back to visit.
Okay.
Look, you said the same thing them customers said when I left. You'll be back. I'm ask you just like I'm gonna ask them when I see them. How you like me now? I ain't look. I've been up here. I've been down to visit, but you ain't see me talking about coming back to stay, have you?
Mm-mm.
I ain't coming back to stay unless I have to. But other than that, I ain't trying to come back. I'm loving it up here. And then,
All the peace and happiness there is for you to have.
oh yeah, oh yeah, one more thing too. I don't know if you can make it, but just to let you know, in case you can't, it will be live streamed when we get married.
Okay.
I'm letting it be known it will be live streamed.
What's the date?
We setting it for her birthday month, and that's in May.
Okay.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep it posted. Hey, look, I'm gonna keep everybody posted. Don't worry. It, y'all gonna know it, and it's gonna be in advance. I don't do
Okay.
last. I don't do last minute stuff like that. When it comes to stuff like that, I ain't gonna tell nobody that last minute.
Me
Yeah,
either.
that's bad for business, man.
I don't like last minute stuff.
Oh, that's bad for that's bad business. You don't do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I want to thank you again for joining me on the Carlos Stargell show with me, the bona fide G and certified true Carlos Stargell, the last, and with my guest, Minister Lakeisha Jackson. Now, if you when you want to go live again, sister girl, let me know
I will.
in advance.
Okay.
All right, and look, and if people haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Hit the like or the subscription bell.
Okay.
And thank y'all so much for taking the time to tune in, view, check out, and watch the Carlos Stargell show with your host Carlos Stargell the last and my guest Minister Lakeisha Jackson. And until the next time, y'all, God bless you. We love you. Y'all be good. Take care of yourselves and each other. And by all means, please behave yourselves. Peace. Two fingers. And we out of here like last year.
Peace.
Late.